Hi everyone, this is Jessica WCR here with another webinar. This is going to be a pretty quick webinar, but since the winter months are in full force, we have Josh Cronin with us, and he's going to talk a little bit about snow plowing and answer some questions. So without further ado, I'll let him start.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate it, Jessica. So just as we do this interview, we have about 8 inches coming our way. I'm in Wisconsin. So the people who have enough snow to actually look into plowing, I'm just going to go over some real basic stuff today. Just stuff that, you know, if you've never done plowing, these are kind of questions that you want to know. And the questions come from a friend of mine in Arizona who does not have snow, does not see snow, and asks pretty general questions. So if you guys have plows and you're using them, it's probably not really necessarily for you, other than a simple recap and some of the things. But a couple of the questions that I'm going to go over are very beginner questions, and anybody who ever has questions on plowing, certainly ask away on the forums. Put it up there as a new post and tag me in it, so that everybody else can kind of learn from it too, and kind of we'll go from there. But one of the simple questions that he started with was, where do you put the snow? So when you're looking at a parking lot, you look for the farthest away corners. Now, you don't want to leave snow on the concrete. You're trying to get it off of the concrete. When you look at a lot, you want to look at what is the simplest, best, most efficient way I'm going to take this snow that's on the ground and get it off the ground. And when you're plowing with a truck, it's basically pushing snow to a certain corner of the lot or certain spots in the lot and getting it as far off of the lot as you can. Where you put the snow is usually what you talk about with the owner of the lot or the property manager that you set the account up with. When you do that, they'll tell you who they've previously used or where they want the snow. Another thing that you're thinking or kind of focusing on is drainage in the lot. You don't want to put it necessarily in a low spot unless there's a sewer there. Otherwise, you're going to have a big puddle when the snow does start to melt. So every job's a little bit different, and there's no real wrong way to put it. The one thing that you have to think and continue to remember when you're plowing is that as the season goes on, that first time that you plow, you're basically have the pick of the litter where you put it. You can put it anywhere. But as the season goes on, that snow will not melt for the most part, and you'll have to put the snow that happens in the subsequent storm somewhere. So as you're putting it somewhere, get it as far off as you can, because if you're going to try to stick in that same spot, the snow itself is going to start building up and kind of creeping back out in directions that you're really not going to look forward to putting it. And as snow hardens, plow trucks were never designed to plow. I'll tell you that. Speeds and the type of ground you're doing, it will take a few years to kind of deteriorate some. But that will eventually wear out. And then he'd also asked, what's the purpose of turning the blade? Now, as you see when your city plows will go through, they have it angled at a certain direction. And it's just like your squeegee when you're fanning. You want that snow to go a certain way. So the blade itself turns to a certain angle to the right and to the left so that you can force that snow to go somewhere that you want to go. Now, the faster you drive, the farther the snow goes, but you don't want to drive fast when you have the blade turned because you're going to catch every nook and cranny and cracked piece of concrete that happens to be on the ground, and it's not going to feel real good when you get slammed into the steering wheel. So as you turn it, it forces the snow to go a certain way. There are different plow blades out there like V-plow, which are the ones that bend in the middle. Those have a little bit more versatility in how you can scoop snow and how you can actually force the snow to go a certain direction. But on straight blades, which are more common, there's only one direction off to the left and one direction off to the right that you can really push the snow. And again, you're trying to get it all to where your pile is going to be, and pushing it off to one side or the other, just like in fanning, is getting the water in fanning, just like where you're getting the snow, off to the side where you don't want it on the glass, and you don't want the snow in the parking lot. And those are basically basics of getting plowing itself and getting that done. Now, if you're looking at getting into plowing, obviously this year, it is 2013, it's December, it's a little late for you to get into it. Most accounts are secured, larger commercial accounts in August and September. It sounds very early, but these guys have to work on budgeting and finding somebody, and plow companies do eventually fill up. Now is a little bit too late to do it, but if you're going to buy a plow, you're going to look at about $5,000 getting a plow put onto the truck. You want to put it on a truck that's going to last you a while. Obviously, it does have to be four-wheel drive. There are certain companies out there that will use two-wheel drive trucks, very, very seldom, but it's usually going to be long, 12, 14-foot stake bed trucks that they're going to throw a big industrial plow on, and then they're going to leave big chunks of concrete right over the back wheels. And that'll help weigh it down, but always get a four-wheel drive truck. The other thing is you see some plow trucks that have salters and everything else. If you're plowing, you're more than likely going to have to get out, shovel or snow blow certain parts if you're doing houses. Even in commercial, there may be some applications where you have to get out. Salting just happens to be another add-on. Truth be told, in the plowing world, salt is actually where you make the money. We end up charging 40 cents a pound, and we're getting our salt in at about $3.75 for 50 pounds. That kind of gives you a little bit. Every bag, if you're using bagged, a tailgate salter will use bagged salt. That's 50-pound bags. We charge about $20 to apply, and it costs us $3.75 to get. Once you get into bulk salt, you can even get it even cheaper, and then you need bed salters and things like that. There's different configurations, different brands, just like in every industry. You kind of pick and choose the ones you like. I prefer Snowway. That's actually my favorite plow. A lot of guys don't like those because they are not as heavy duty as the Boston Westerns and that type of plow. But we put our plows on our four-wheel drive half-ton trucks because we do clean windows and pressure wash the rest of the year. So we don't want to drive a big gas-guzzling beast the rest of the year for the 4 to 6 months that we have to plow. So that's basically a breakdown. And like I said, if anybody's listening to this that has any other questions, certainly feel free to ask. The resources are there, and post it up on windowcleaningresource.com in the forum, and just tag me at @Josh_Cronin. I'll see that, and I'll respond to you. Or if you got any other questions you want to email me directly, you can email me at josh@usi-ww.com, and I'd be certainly happy to help you out. So for me, that's pretty much all I have. Pretty basic stuff, but it kind of helps people have a little bit better understanding of plowing itself. And if you live in a warm area that you don't see snow, you are lucky.
All right, we want to thank you, Josh, so much for doing this for us, and hopefully some people learned a little bit of a crash course.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for watching so much, and we'll see you next time.